Hey.
Come on back here.
Hi, boys. How are ya?
Have a seat. I'll let them know you're here.
All right, thanks. How you doing this morning?
Fine, how are you?
Present and accounted for. Ooh, ooh, ooh.
Okay. All right.
A little warmer than I was expecting.
Mr. Dunlap will be right here. You just walk out in the hall.
Okay, thank you.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I just need to talk to this lady real quick.
Okay. Need some privacy?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll
Hello?
I didn't mean to get ill with you this morning.
It's okay.
It's just taking
I didn't take it personal.
a toll on me this
You
morning.
have to be thick-skinned when you work at a school.
Oh, I'm sure. I just wanted to apologize to you. I just wanted to apologize to
Oh,
you.
no problem. Hi there.
Hey, how are you?
Good, how are you doing?
Good. You busy today?
She's ready to the doctor. She'll be back in just a few minutes.
Okay.
Okay?
I'll run down
You
there.
wanna go get that? I'll get the money.
I'll be right back.
We'll be in here.
I'm thinking I should have probably got some ice.
What's that?
I said, I'm thinking I probably should have gotten some ice.
Oh, I thought you were drinking a hot drink.
No, it's coffee. It's
Oh.
a little too hot.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's a little hotter than I thought it was. Store I stop at have started putting these little things on the top of the coffee pot to keep the steam in.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not quite used to it yet.
You know Jody Green that used to work for the sheriff's department? Is he still there?
Not sure. I think so.
He used to go to church where, well, we used to go to the same church together at Midway. It's been a while back.
Yes, ma'am. I think he's still there.
Okay. That man can sing, play the drums. Very talented. Is Mr. Dunlap in there? No. Thank you. Mr. Dunlap, come to the office, please. Mr. Dunlap, to the office.
I'm on my way to find out when you're back.
All righty. I hope you didn't bring me any work. Did that mine? Oh. Office. Okay.
that. I was on the very,
Oh, you're
I was on
fine.
the very other end.
You're
Come on,
fine.
Jennifer.
You're fine.
And pull it up on Margaret's. I can't get it up on mine.
Okay.
And here, just have a seat. Have a seat. I'm going to get. I have Elizabeth Millen here from DC. Any questions that you know, DC type things?
Do I need
She's
to pull it around or?
I'm going to let you actually sit there when we get
Okay.
started.
All right.
If there's any questions that need DC expertise, then she'll be able to do that.
Okay.
Okay.
I can take notes, right?
I can
I
take
can't
notes.
get a copy, but I can take notes,
Try to
right?
take notes, yeah.
Okay.
Jennifer Bowles, this is Elizabeth Millen, bankhead.
Thank you.
Elizabeth Millen, she's the assistant director for exceptional children. She's going to be
Sadie's out of town,
Sadie's
so
out
I'm
of
here
town,
for,
so she's
Okay,
here.
and
for Sadie.
Millen?
M-I-L-L-E-N.
Do you go by Beth or Elizabeth?
Elizabeth.
Okay. I'm sorry.
Thank you.
I'm sorry. I thought he said Beth.
Yeah, it was Elizabeth.
Okay. And you're with the Department for
I'm
Exceptional
assistant
Children?
director for DC.
Okay.
Yes.
Mr. Dunlap, before we get started, I want to explain to you why I did what I did. Okay? Because it's nothing against you. It's really not. It's, you know, last week we had the problem with Madison and the peanut butter and jelly sandwich. I had talked to the teachers previously several times. Then I had talked to you and Miss Broom about it in the meeting we had. We had come to the decision at that time that that if there was something here at the school that Madison wouldn't eat, that the teachers would just get her a salad. And that was, as far as I knew, was working fine. Okay. And then we had the incident last Monday where Miss Robin, knowing that Madison did not eat, some sandwiches she may pick at, but she particularly does not eat peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. Me and Miss Robin have had this conversation numerous times. She has told me many times, yeah, Madison will gag on the first bite with peanut butter. So she knew this. And so when she told me on the 28th of April that she had chosen to give Madison peanut butter and jelly, the first thing in my mind was, if an adult chooses something that a child will not eat, and she knows that the child is going to gag on the first bite, why would she do that? And the only logical answer that me or my husband, either one, could come up with is because she didn't want to take the time to feed that child.
Let me ask you one thing before we go any further. You're not recording it because I'm not giving consent.
No, we're good.
Okay,
No,
okay.
we're
I just wanted to
good.
be sure.
We're good.
Okay.
But that is what prompted me to do what I did. And when I sent this and asked them to, and I never got the note back that I sent asking them to do this. But if you read the note, I asked them to mark what Madison eats well. Okay, that's what I asked them to do. We didn't get it back on Thursday when I asked them to send it back. We got it back on Friday. And as me and my husband looked over this over the weekend, we noticed everything that they marked on here that they say Madison eats well, Madison doesn't touch with a 10-foot pole at home. The sight of a pizza box will make her gag at home. Me opening a can of ravioli will make her gag at home. Things that she does eat at home, barbecue, you take it off the bun, she will eat every bite of it. Hot dogs, which they say you don't serve here, corn dogs, she'll eat every bite of. Cheeseburger, hamburgers, she'll eat every bite of. Chicken filet sandwich, you take it off the bun, she'll eat every bite of it. Grilled chicken, take it off the bun, she'll eat every bite of. But these are things that your teachers, who are supposed to be paying attention to my child when she is here having breakfast and lunch with them, say that she will not eat. But the things that she says she eats well, she's gagging on it. And on the recordings, you can hear her gagging on it. And what prompted me to call and demand to see the video this morning, a friend of mine pointed out at me that, and I don't know how I missed it. I guess at this point I had done listened so long that I was sleepy. But somebody approaches Miss Robin and tells her Madison's gagging. And Miss Robin, wait a minute, Miss Robin has to go, oh, she's been gagging. And then my child gets attention. And then Miss Robin makes a really smart aleck comment to my child when my child reaches to Miss Robin's plate to get food. And I've told them, if you're feeding my child something that she don't want, call me. I will come and get her. It's not a problem. I'll come and get her. She's not a bother to me. But apparently she is a bother to your teachers. So that's what I got upset about this morning, and that is what prompted me to demand to see this video.
And that's not a problem.
Okay, I wanted to explain why I did what I did. I wanted you to understand it's nothing personal. But when I get this back and it shows me something completely opposite from what I know of my child, I have to find out why. I can't show up at this school and y'all not call down there and tell them I'm coming and have them change their behavior. It happens every time. Daughter showed up Tuesday to have lunch with her. From the time she got from checking in up here to the time she got to the lunchroom to take my daughter a lunch that we knew that she would eat, they had my daughter in the lunchroom at 5 minutes after 12. She was amazingly done with lunch. Imagine that.
I'm going to let you watch. This is breakfast. This is on Monday. Breakfast.
Oh, good, and it's time stamped.
And they're right there. And it doesn't have audio.
But it's time stamped.
Right.
Oh, I have audio.
No, I'm saying.
No, I mean, I have audio.
No. What I was just telling, that's why I said.
Yeah.
I just want to let you know that I wasn't not having the volume on.
No, that's fine. And can we rewind to see what time they enter the lunchroom?
They just got in, and that's Miss Robin West right there.
Yeah.
And that's Miss Robin.
Okay, I have issue with that too, but 8:35:30. I have to tell you what, I really like Madison's speech therapist. I really do. She's an awesome lady. Love her interaction with Madison. Is this the frame count right here, I'm assuming? That would be helpful for me to know.
I would think it is.
Okay, I'm assuming myself.
And I'm not telling you one way I guess it is.
Okay.
But I know, what I always do when I pull them up is I do the time thing. That's what I always go by, but that probably is.
Okay. Now, how long is their normal lunch period?
Lunch period goes anywhere from 15 to 20 minutes. It's not a long period because they've got such a small group. But it could go longer, and it can go longer.
Oh, it's just Scott. You can wait. Okay, Mr. Dunlap, here's my first issue. Let me show you this right here. Can you come over here too? I want to make sure you see this as well. I say, do you see where the rest of the class is sitting?
Mhm.
Do you see where my child is sitting?
It's at the end of the table where the wheelchair goes on.
And that's all good and well. But do you see how far away from the rest of the class? The point for Madison being here is socialization. Being with the other kids. Being a part of the group. Right? I mean, that's...
Because what happens, though, is where the teacher sits down beside her.
Beside her. Beside her.
Right there.
There is at least 3 seats, 1, 2, 3 empty seats on each side of my child. And I guarantee you here shortly, Miss Robin is going to get up and leave, and my child is going to be left at the end of that table by herself. Guarantee it. Guarantee it. I walked in and caught her at the end of the table. And if you remember correctly, in the meeting with me, you and Sadie, I brought this up. Think about it. I brought it up. I walked into the lunchroom. She was sitting at the end of the table by herself. The rest of the class was at this end with all 3 teachers. And my child was sitting there by herself. You have a chance to listen?
I couldn't listen all 8 hours. Because by the time I got it and everything, I had not listened to all of it.
There are some pretty questionable conversation that goes on during this lunch hour.
This is breakfast.
During this breakfast.
Okay.
Yeah. And I think some really more questionable conversation goes on during Tuesday morning's breakfast. They're having conversation about mass shootings and dogs being shot. And, yeah. Point in the classroom, little Brandon gets stuck. And he says, I stuck. Oh boy, I stuck. And then Miss Robin tells him, well, you better get unstuck. And they start talking about Deshaun's shunt surgery. They think it was a failure. And he hasn't been right since. I've seen her offer Madison any help.
Honestly, can't tell you. It's so far away. I know where Madison is sitting. I know where staff is sitting, and there's a child sitting across. But I honestly can't see what is happening. I know she's sitting there, but her back's to the camera, and I honestly cannot see and well enough to differentiate what's going on.
Well, if when y'all take time to listen to the
Excuse me.
y'all will hear that, or well, at least when I'm feeding a child, you're interacting with them. You're saying, are you ready for another bite? Here, do you need a drink? There is not a word spoken to Madison on breakfast Monday morning by Miss Robin. And if it is, it's not anything. Let me turn that on. It's not anything that because I really don't want to be interrupted here. And before I leave, Mr. Dunlap, I'd really like for you to get copies of these notes that I sent about Madison's lunch, because Ms. Robin makes a comment in here about me sending nasty notes about Madison's lunch, and I would really like for y'all to have copies because I didn't say anything nasty. I was very polite in the notes. So I would like for y'all to have copies of it. And
Which notes, Jennifer?
the notes on, let me pause this so we don't lose it. The notes that I sent here on did Monday, saying that the school said that y'all don't serve hot dogs. So instead of giving her because I didn't know, they were supposed to let me know what they were serving instead of hot dogs, and they never let me know. So I asked them, instead of serving because I didn't know, just to serve her salad, and they never let me know. And then on this note right here, this is the one that she made a comment about being a nasty note. There is nothing nasty about that note.
Let me go ahead and make a copy.
So if you could, please make copies of both of those. They spend more time talking about me, complaining about me, and complaining about my child's wheelchair and stuff than they do interacting with my child in the whole 2 days that she's here. Do I need to wait for him to start this back up? See, if you watch right here, you can see Madison's head, and you can see Miss Robbins' arm every time it goes up to her head to give her a bite. Madison can't pierce food. She can't, they haven't quite figured out what the deal is, but she can't scoop food, and she can't pierce food. So she needs help. And for whatever reason, Miss Robin has told me that she has a fear of letting Madison put the food to her mouth herself. And that's one of their goals. It's one of her IEP goals. They're supposed to be working on self-feeding. And they're supposed to be working like on hand over hand and stuff. And but she's told me she has a fear of letting Madison do it with a metal fork because she's scared she's going to jab herself. And she's scared to let her do it with a plastic fork because she's scared she's going to bite one of the little the prongs, is that what they're called? Little pointy parts?
Yeah.
She's scared she's going to bite one of those off. So I was assuming that she was actually feeding her. Let's see, she's doing, no, there she is, okay. From what it looks like now, Madison's having to feed herself with her hands, which is what I'm trying to avoid. We're trying to teach Madison to feed herself with a fork and spoon. We can't have her be 14, 15, 16 years old, going out to a restaurant, trying to feed herself with her hands. And I'm honestly surprised that she's still sitting there as long as she is, because on the audio, it doesn't sound like she is that close to Madison, because she must have her head turned, talking completely in the other direction. Because you can hear her talking to Miss Isabel, and you can hear her talking to all the other teachers around her, and most of the conversation is about me. They're about 13 minutes, and I have yet to see her offer Madison one bit of help. So you can see her arm moving, so you can tell what she's doing. You can see Madison's head moving.
If I talk while you're watching.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, let me ask you this, and we've always had a good rapport, Jennifer. What would it take that I can do so like we can make sure she is everything that Madison needs, that I can make sure she gets it? What is your desire is what I'm asking. Because I want her here, you know that.
Most likely Madison's not coming back here. The only way Madison will ever come back here is to put cameras in every single classroom in this school. And for me to have access to those cameras. That's it. I do not trust anybody here anymore, Mr. Dunlap.
Not even me? Because you said you didn't have any. I've tried.
I don't have a problem with you.
Because I tried, and I
But
always try to
this
correct
is where
it.
my issue comes in at, is there is a conversation on Monday morning's tape between you and Miss Isabel. It's heard.
Well, here's what it is. I
And
always go in every classroom every morning.
oh, I
You know I do.
I don't. Yeah,
But
I don't. Madison is doing this in her chair,
right.
so I can't at this time. I can't hear exactly what's being said. A friend of ours has a sound studio, and he is in the process of clearing that part of the tape up.
Okay, cool.
My issue is, she is talking to you about me. I hear it. I hear certain parts of it, and I know what certain parts are being said. I can't make it out. I can't make out the whole conversation, but I know that it's about Madison, it's about her lunch, and it's about me. It's about the situation. And some questionable things are being said. When I find out how much of this situation you know about, our relationship will be clarified, and I will know exactly how much I can trust you. When I know how much you know about Miss Isabel and how much you know about how they're treating my daughter, me and you will be good again. If I walk away from this knowing 100% that you know none of this is going on, and you know that my daughter's not being ignored, and you know that she is getting, or she wasn't getting what she was supposed to be getting when she was inside that classroom, then me and you are good. Because I don't have a problem with you, Mr. Dunlap. I like you. I love you as a person. I don't have a problem with anybody in this school other than those 3 individuals right now. And my problem with them is not anger. I'm not mad at them. I'm not. Okay? I am disappointed. I am hurt.
And that's why I'm trying to reach out and say, I want to get it corrected where we can have her here. And I need to know what I can do to.
And when I brought her here, I was convinced. Let me stop this for a second. I was convinced. It took, oh, Mr. Dunlap, you just don't know how we wrestled with this decision. We didn't want to put her in school. We didn't, because we were worried about this. And I even talked to Miss Courtney, the first tour we took of this place. I said, I was told by another parent that the squeaky wheel gets the oil here. If my child is not causing a problem, she will be pushed into a corner and ignored. And Miss Courtney was like, oh no, that would never happen here. Miss Bankhead, we would never treat a child that way. And guess what? My child is the one that's getting treated that way. And you can sit here and you can defend your teachers, and I understand that's your job. I understand that. I do. But you have to understand from my point of view, I have proof. I have audio proof that my child is being ignored. Okay? And nothing you can say can change that.
But what I'm saying, since this has come up, Jennifer, that's what I'm saying, since you realize, no.
There's 2 things that me and my husband may consider in letting Madison stay here. All 3 of those teachers gone. And I don't mean gone from this school, I mean gone. So that they can never do to my child, do what they did to my child, to another child. Because if I understand correctly, Miss Robbins is trying to become a teacher. At another point on the audio, she is saying she needs 6 hours of history. And she's trying to go to high school. And she wants to stay here, Mr. Dunlap, and makes this comment. I don't want to go to middle school. If I have to go to middle school, I have to jack up a teenager. Do you want a teacher like that at this school, Mr. Dunlap?
I didn't know she was wanting to be here, though. I don't know enough about it.
She said her statement was, I want to stay at Webb Street.
Oh, okay. Well, she hadn't expressed that to me, is what I'm saying.
Well, do you want a teacher like that at any school?
And not with that comment, no.
In another comment, she's talking about running down somebody. And then when somebody says, well, what do you do if you get... Oh, I'll just say it wasn't me. Do you want that kind of character teaching our kids?
I'm like you. I got to listen to the whole thing.
Exactly.
But like I say...
And had I not looked at that menu, Mr. Dunlap, and you can get a copy of it too, I'm not hiding anything from anybody. I'm giving you an open book. I'm giving you everything I got. And I'm coming to you as honest and as open and as calmly as I can possibly come to you.
Oh, I know that, and I appreciate you, because we've always had that relationship.
Put cameras in every classroom in this school, and get rid of those 3 teachers, and me and my husband may consider letting her come back. But as long as they're here, she's not coming back. And as long as when I walk in that door, there's somebody in this office on the phone, and you can hear it on the other as soon as my daughter is seen, they're on the intercom calling Miss Isabel, can you call the office on the phone? Now, I can't say for sure that they're calling her, telling her that Amanda's here or whatever, but it's awful funny. By the time Amanda gets to the lunchroom to have lunch with Madison, they've got Madison in the bathroom, and at 5 minutes after 12, her lunch is over. And she's in the bathroom with another classroom. When Amanda leaves to take her up the hallway to leave, the teacher's assistants turn around and go back to the lunchroom. Now, I can't say, because I can't hear the conversation that's had on the phone between the office and Miss Isabel, but when I walk in that door, Mr. Dunlap, I have the right to go to where my child is and see how she's being treated without somebody being on the phone saying, she's coming. Because when you make that call saying she's coming, they have the opportunity to change their behavior. When Chris Howell comes in this school, he should have the right to come in this school and go in any classroom just like he does when he goes to South Point or to Southwest or to any other school in this district. He should not be told by whatever woman that took him on his tour at this school, oh, we can't go in the classroom. Yes, he can. There should not be anything keeping any parent from going in any classroom, because you know what? The parent that catches something happening with my child may be the one telling me, hey, you might need to go check on your kid.
Right. But what I was saying about that is I didn't know that he didn't go in the classroom.
He was told.
But the other thing is I'm just telling, because when you came in, you said you didn't want to use the machine.
And that's fine, but even
we
before
can't-
that machine,
right.
Mr.
But I said, but
Dunlap.
that was it. That was another concern you had. You said,
Yeah.
I'm not going to, I'll wait
And-
right here. And that's
yeah.
why we always call down, because
Yeah,
when you,
but even before that.
right, but I'm just saying that's what we got to with that. So,
Yeah, but even before the sliding and the background checks, even before that, when they would see me, somebody from the office would call and say, Miss Bankhead's on her way down to get Madison, and that would give them the opportunity to change their behavior or to move Madison or to get down there and start feeding her or to do whatever it is they needed to do so that I wouldn't see it.
Right. And I know that's what you're assuming. And like I said, the main thing we always tried to do was let them know you're coming, get her prepared. All I knew, Jennifer, it was just you're coming
Yeah.
so you get her prepared.
Yeah, but
And I'm not saying to change behavior, but it would be
sometimes when I show up at odd times, I'm showing up at odd times because I'm coming to check on my child.
Okay, yeah.
And if I had cameras where I could just go, name, password, I have access to my child, I can peek in, oh, she's good, sign out, I'm gone. I don't have to show up at 11:30 in the morning to pop in to check on her.
Right.
Y'all saw she got up and walked away from my child at 8:54. Tell if her food tray is still there or not. And she has her back to her. And you see Miss Isabel ain't paying her a bit of attention either. Oh, did Madison get a drink of something? Yeah. 8:57. About to be 5 minutes in, and Miss Robbins still has her back turned away from my child. Didn't tell what she was doing, but I know she wasn't talking to her. She just take away from Madison her drink. one point. Can't remember if it's on Monday or Tuesday. In the lunchroom, and you'll find it on your little guide sheet I gave you. You can hear the kids, they're like rubbing their feet, making static electricity and popping each other. You can hear Miss Robin say, "Ow, that kind of hurt," or something to that effect. And you can hear her kind of laugh and say, "Madison, you want to get shocked?" Mr. Dunlap, do you think my daughter understands what that is? And do you think if it kind of hurt Miss Robbins that my kid's going to understand what it is when somebody does it to her? Now, when they leave the lunchroom in the morning, do they go back to their classroom or do they go to the gym?
They go back to the classroom.
Okay. Because I know on Monday, after they leave the lunchroom, they drop Madison off at speech. And I thought they were in the lunchroom longer than 30 minutes, but it just may have seemed longer.
Yeah, that's usually the max for breakfast is 30.
Okay.
Sometimes it's a little longer, sometimes shorter, just depending on whichever.
Okay, if you want to go ahead and get leave the lunchroom at 23.
Here on Monday.
At lunchtime.
Correct.
Okay. And they always sit at this table right here. That's because every time I've been in there, that's where they've been sitting.
Yeah, everybody sits. They got the assigned places, so it's just consistent. All the kids, so there's not a different routine.
Yeah. Got a call the end of last week. Yeah, did I tell you Madison she was in that NC gene study for the genetic study out of Chapel Hill. We took her last September, and it's a second generation gene study. It's where they, instead of just doing a basic gene panel,
Right.
they take the genomes and splice them and look at individual. I mean, it's really like advanced, and that we got a call Friday saying that her sequencing was done, and so we go June 6th to get the results. So hopefully we will have a true diagnosis of what her problem is.
Right.
Because right now she's just like lumped into cerebral palsy.
Right.
They don't think she has that, but she's just kind of like,
Till they get all that back, then they'll be more definitive.
yeah. They think she's got some aspect of Angelman's, but to what degree they're not, because it's rare for a girl to have Angelman's. So, our fingers crossed. I'll pray that they'll find something.
Wait, I'm just asking, if they find something, what would they be able to do? That's what I'm enough about it.
If right now with cerebral palsy, really all they can do is like treat the symptoms, so to speak, like the therapies and stuff like that.
Right.
But if if they find out a more definitive, it may be open up different kinds of therapies and different kinds of treatment that, they may be able to get her in new programs and, if they have, like, they think that she may have a mild form of autism that they may be able to detect with this new technology. And if they can diagnose her with that, they can get her into like autism programs and stuff like that. So we're really looking for anything that is going to benefit her, no matter how minor it is.
Always.
So we're excited. We're really excited.
Man, for you, we've been able to find that out.
I know. I mean, normally she wouldn't have been accepted into the gene program, into the gene study, because her genetic panel was normal.
Right.
But what got her in is because her diagnosis is cerebral palsy, but none of her symptoms fit that category. And because there's such a wonky
Right.
Mismatch.
Yeah.
I mean, nothing comes up. Just
Yeah. It
like
slid her right on in there and we was like, yay!
Great.
So that happens with, to work to our benefit this time. I prefer Maddie syndrome.
Yeah, that's a good name.
That's what we call it at my house. I suffer from it sometimes myself. But when I have it, I call it a brain fart.
That's where that
Okay.
Right there.
11:45:18. I see what I'm seeing. It's acceptable.
Because there are other adults in there. It's not like she's just totally.
But they're not paying her any attention either.
Everybody in, they scan and look seriously because they help each other when they're getting plates ready and bringing them out. Everybody watches everybody.
But I haven't seen one individual, not one adult, pay a bit of attention to my child. He looks like he may be looking in that general direction. We have an adult. Is that even an adult or is that a student?
That's an adult.
Okay, well, he's facing this way. These are walking out. He's concerned over here. Now, if you see an adult that's paying attention to Madison, Mr. Dunlap, you point him out to me.
There's a place you can't see either. There's a table right up through here for Mr.
Okay,
Nelson. Yeah, I mean there is. There's one right there.
okay, that's a possibility, I guess.
Because there's the nurse is right over there on that side. She just walked out. You see where they went over?
Okay.
Then Ms. McEwen, you see going way in the back corner, right here.
Mm-hmm.
She walks constantly during lunch all the time.
Where's Madison's lunch?
And sit down yet.
She didn't come in with them.
Who, Miss
Miss Robin didn't come in with them. Where's my child's lunch?
that's what I'm saying. They started with Miss Kiersey's still up. That's what I'm saying.
If I'm not mistaken, Miss Robin's gone to Subway. Okay, Mr. Dunlap, they're halfway through their lunch period. Where's my daughter's lunch?
She's still putting stuff out. One child just came from around the corner and sat down.
Other kids are sitting down eating, Mr. Dunlap. My child is hungry. She can't feed herself. She is sitting at the end of that table, separated from the rest of her classroom, watching the rest of her class eat. Miss Robin is at Subway getting her and Miss Isabel something to eat. Somebody please be the voice of reason for me right now.
I'm watching to see when she gets her lunch because she doesn't have her lunch.
She can't tell me.
Down with her. Yeah.
At 11:57, she sat down beside her. She finally gives her something to drink. Almost 15 minutes into lunch, Mr. Dunlap.
Because what she was getting everybody settled. I mean, that's when you're getting everybody.
Mr. Dunlap, I'm about to get upset because you keep making excuses.
I'm just saying what she was doing.
No, you're not getting it. You are not getting it. There are 8 children in that classroom. There are 8 children in that classroom. The other children, there are 2 teachers. I don't know where Ms. Robin was. Okay? Her job, what my taxpayer dollars pay her for, is to assist Miss Isabel. That's what we pay her for. We don't pay her to go to Subway to get her lunch. Had she been here in that lunchroom doing her job while Miss Isabel was taking care of the other 7 kids who can pierce their food and scoop their food and feed themselves, while she was doing the minor things of opening their milk that they may have trouble with, while my child sat at the end of that table, isolated by herself, with no food even sitting in front of her that she could grab with her fingers, while she watched 7 other children eat. After we just watched, we know for a fact, and y'all can deny it if you want to, but y'all watched the same video I watched. She didn't get much breakfast. I didn't know this was going on, so I don't feed her breakfast in the morning, because I'm assuming she's getting a halfway balanced meal here at school. She's hungry, Mr. Dunlap. She's sitting there watching 7 other kids who are able to feed themselves while Miss Robin is God knows where. She is halfway through her 30-minute lunch break. The woman she is dependent on to feed her is nowhere to be found. And you're standing here making excuses? Mr. Dunlap, there is no excuse. if I tried to pull that crap, social services would pull that child out of my house so fast it wouldn't even be funny. And like I said, I'm not mad. I'm not angry. I'm disappointed and I'm hurt because these are women that I trusted God's most special gift in the world to me with. I trusted these women. And this is what I get. There is no excuse, Mr. Dunlap. If Miss Robin had been here in that lunchroom, doing her job, helping my child to feed herself, I provided a cup that Madison is supposed to be using to help her. Because, see, Mr. Dunlap, I went to them and I explained Madison had too much of her medicine in her system. She was losing fine motor skills. We had to start all over again on a lot of things. So I bought a special cup that she's been working with. I brought special spoons and forks that she's been working with. Not one time, I guarantee you, have those teachers brought them out. They're in the bag, in the car, from where they brought them to me yesterday. You see a special cup on that table?
I can't tell.
No, it's not there.
Well,
Because it's not there.
Yeah, I'm just saying, I can't tell. I can't say yes or no because I can't distinguish. I'm not going to sit here and say yes or no because I can't tell.
It doesn't matter what Miss Isabel is doing. She has 2 assistants for a reason. Our taxpayers' dollars pay for 2 assistants for a reason. Just like in that classroom on Monday, we heard Ms. Isabel doing instructional lessons. And I was told that when that was happening and it was stuff Madison couldn't do, one of the 2 assistants would take Madison to a station and work on her IEP goals. That didn't happen. She sat in her chair the entire time she was in that classroom and did nothing. Nothing. They didn't give her instruction. They didn't give her anything to play with. They didn't talk to her. They did nothing. When the class got up and danced around to Cinco de Mayo music, Mexican music, do you think they got Madison up out of her chair? Madison loves music, Mr. Dunlap. She'll dance to it all day long. You think they took the time to unbuckle my child's chair and get her up on her feet? No. Now you tell me how 3 women are working in a school like this. Explain that to me. There is no excuse. And you can stand there and you can make them all that you want. I'm not buying them. Because God gave me that child for a reason. And to allow this to happen is not the reason. And if you noticed, still nobody's feeding her. Here's the kicker, Mr. Dunlap. Every day when I pick Madison up, every single day I ask them, how'd she eat her lunch today? Did she eat good? And most days, you know what their answer is? Oh yeah, she ate every bite. They're lying to me, Mr. Dunlap. Do you condone that?
No, I wouldn't.
They do it every day. Every day. I take my child home or I take her to therapy and she goes until practically dinner time. I mean, I give her a snack here or there, but it's a little snack because she's been putting on weight and the doctor tells me, well, you know, we need to start watching it.
Right.
So I just give her a little snack here and there, nothing big. So she pretty much goes all freaking day long until dinner time. And they're leading me to believe she's eating fine. Eating right in front of her. Right in front of her. She's having to watch them put food in their mouth. What do they have to worry about? She can't talk. She can't tell me. She can't blow their cover. Look at that. What? She finally got something done to her at 12 o'clock, 45 seconds. Something done to her. When I get here to pick her up Monday, it's 12:30 when I get here, and they're still in the lunchroom at 12:30. Have they been made aware of the situation, Mr. Dunlap?
Of what?
Of the whole situation?
Until it started yesterday, I didn't know.
I mean, the teachers, do they know about it? Do they know about the audio? Do they know about all of it? Because they need to be made aware of it.
I'll be sure they do, but I mean, right now, it's just kind of like when you told me yesterday, you know, that it all come down.
Y'all seen them give my kid any food?
I didn't see a tray come.
Me either.
I can't tell if it's there because there's people around, but I never saw
Me either.
it come.
Oh, and look who shows up. What time is it? 12:04. Miss Robin finally shows up. Bet you her food tray will show up now. That must be Miss Stefani, so I don't know where she was.
She could be in the bathroom and come in. I mean, she came in and sat down.
The yellow shirt.
No.
This green right here.
Green,
Okay.
orange, whatever.
So we are 20 minutes into their lunch break. And my daughter still doesn't have a food tray, Mr. Dunlap. And you say their lunch is what? 30 minutes?
And I said, yeah, it's usually normally 20 to 30 minutes, or it could be longer, depending
Okay.
on what goes on.
Monday, when I got here, they were still in the lunchroom at 12:30. So that means that apparently their lunch was 45 minutes.
And it could have been, seriously,
Okay.
I mean, that.
I know,
we keep them-
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
45 minutes. So we are 20 minutes into a 45-minute lunch, almost halfway through it, and my child still does not have a lunch tray. I am not happy. Mr. Dunlap, I am not happy. Robin's got food. Miss Isabel's got food. All 7 other kids have food. And you know, all these other adults around, you would think somebody would say something. Wouldn't you? You would think somebody would say, hey, don't you think Madison needs to eat? Don't you think somebody needs to take care of this situation? Somebody should come to you, Mr. Dunlap. So maybe you need to look at your staff. Maybe you should have Sadie come out and look at the entire staff from her down if this is happening. Because you're seeing it with your own eyes. I'm not making it up. I'm not exaggerating. You're seeing it.
I'm seeing it when you're seeing it.
Monday is the day Miss Robbins tells Madison she better stop, and says Madison's reaching over trying to get food off of her, trying to get a bite of her sub, and tells her, it's not my fault you don't like your food. And then turns around and starts talking to somebody else about me again, and my food choices for Madison. And on Tuesday, at the end of lunch, she even says, there's some on your clothes so they'll know you ate. If you could you make sure that they get a copy of those audio files?
Oh, yeah. I'll check that because they can't find it.
Please tell me this isn't acceptable.
I'm trying to figure out, did a tray get there and we miss it?
I never saw one.
Because it looks like she's looking toward Madison, but I can't tell.
I never saw
I
it.
can't tell if she's feeding her or what's going on.
Sunday, Madison should have had a salad. Now, I saw her take the cover off of something. Maybe it was a salad,
Yeah, because I did see
but,
Miss Isabel do something
yeah,
when she was down there. I just couldn't tell what it was.
yeah. But I haven't seen...
And I was looking for the white tray, but if it's a salad, it's in clear
Yeah,
plastic.
it'll be,
so
yeah.
It could have been that she put a salad in front of her.
But I haven't seen... See, like now, she was just moving. And they're getting up. And...
She's reaching back. I think the salad was there because she just reached back.
Yeah, if it was there, it wasn't there long. But look, you see where she's moving to?
Mm-hmm.
And she's leaving my child alone.
Mm-hmm.
And she came in at 12:04. She walked away from my child at 12:11. She spent 7 minutes with my child, feeding my child.
Yeah. We think TC maybe a salad was put in front of Madison,
Right.
but then Miss Robin has moved to the other end of the table.
7 minutes. 7 minutes she spent feeding my child. 7 minutes.
Because I remember earlier Isabel did set something. I kept looking for the white tray. If it was a
Right.
salad, it was clear and I couldn't distinguish it.
Right.
We saw her take, it looked
The
like she
lid
took
off.
the cover or
The
something off
cover
of something.
of maybe a salad.
But as far as anything else, I saw her hand go to her mouth maybe 3 times. Once she was wiping her mouth, I saw that. And then,
How much? And I'm asking you because I don't know how much does she eat of a salad.
oh, she'll eat.
That's what I'm asking.
She will eat the crap out of salad. She doesn't, and Mr. Dunlap, let me explain this to you. The reason the menu thing
You didn't
got,
get the pulse.
oh,
You get the-
I hit the
Good
play.
life,
I'm
yeah.
sorry.
That's okay.
The reason the menu thing got my attention, Madison doesn't like tomato-based anything. That's why I kept looking at it and thinking, this doesn't look right. This does not look right for some reason. So if there's tomatoes in it, and there's tomatoes, she's not going to eat the tomatoes. Okay? I mean, that's just, you know. But you would think if they give her a bite of tomatoes and she gags, they'll know, don't give it to her, you know. But she eats everything else. She will eat, you've seen the McDonald's salads?
Oh yeah.
The big, she will eat one of those gone. Take the tomatoes out of it and she will eat it gone in one sitting. Like it ain't nothing. She loves salad, especially put ranch dressing on it. You can ask Miss Courtney, put ranch dressing on anything and she will eat it. So, I mean, salad is not a problem, normally.
Right.
So, she absolutely loves it. But she's left alone at 12:11. She don't even have anybody down there to interact with. Nobody. No kids, no adults, nobody to talk to her, nobody to... nothing.
Well, somebody just came and sat in the chair where Miss Robin had been. I don't know who it is. Right here.
Yeah.
Yep, somebody came in. I don't know if it's another student.
Yeah, but see, there's still at least two chairs. I mean, and they're not interacting with her. They're not, you know, I mean.
I need to get my tea. I'm gonna start coughing again.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry, I've been battling bronchitis
Oh.
for a week.
You're fine. And see, now Madison, she's reaching for something. I don't know if it's her drink or something, but if she's wanting something to drink, there should be somebody there to help her. It's probably her drink. Or maybe it's her food.
How independently, Jennifer, does she? I'm just asking because I don't know. She's down there now, Stefana.
Wait a minute, Mr. Dunlap. It looks like she just took whatever Madison was reaching for away from her.
I thought she gave it to her. She put it, yeah. But with the cup and all, can she use it on her own, or is it to be held by like you?
No, she can hold it on her
That's what I'm
own,
saying.
and that's what I've explained. But that's not her cup. The cup I left for them I think it's neon green, and it's one of the hour shaped cups
Right. Okay.
with the straw in it. So I mean, she can hold it very well on her own. She can pick it up on her own. She can sit it down on her own, and that's one of the reasons I brought it.
That's why I was asking. That's why I was trying to see.
Yeah, no, she can pick it up on her own, put it down. And like I said, that's one of the reasons I brought it, because she had lost fine motor skills, and we were working on picking them back up.
Right.
And she can feed herself if somebody will pierce the food for her and just lay the food back, just lay it back on the side of the tray. She will take it to her mouth and put the fork back down.
Fauna.
And see, she just went and took something else away from her.
I don't see it taken away.
Yeah,
I can't tell what she's doing. I know
I
she's
just wish
going
she goes
to
down there,
her.
but
She's
I'm not-
going to
yeah.
her, but I can't really
Right.
definitively say what it is she's doing.
Madison's reaching for something. Let me go back there.
Do the next one to the left, Jennifer. Look at
This
that
one?
faster. Yeah.
Okay.
There you go.
Some of them you double click and triple
I know.
click,
That's
and
why. Yeah.
you never know what,
And then you can do one, then they just totally.
Yeah.
mess it up totally.
and I didn't want to do that. She looks like, okay, she just gave her something.
Mm-hmm.
Now she's taking it away from her. Okay. She must have gave her a drink.
Yeah, that's what.
Yeah, she's reaching and giving her a
Right.
drink.
Okay. And you know, all this time they're not saying anything to Madison. They're not speaking to her at all. They're not. Robin has a couple nasty little comments to say to her, but that's about the extent of it. They're not asking her if she needs anything or if she wants something to drink or anything like that. I can tell you this much, it takes more than, even if they started feeding her as soon as Miss Isabel sat down beside her and took the lid off, it takes longer than that for Madison to eat a salad. It takes longer than 10 minutes to feed her a salad. It would take the entire lunch period to feed her and feed her correctly. I just want y'all to know that. I mean, just,
Right.
you know.
Yeah. Thanks.
In the time that Madison was here Tuesday, there was no instruction going on in the classroom at all. None. There was no educational instruction going on in the classroom at all. Something else you might want to know. Mr. Daniel, do you have children?
Oh yeah.
They're grown?
Oh yeah.
this been acceptable for your kids?
Not if this has happened, no.
I think he's taken Madison's. If I'm not mistaken, he's taking Madison's salad away now. Because I hear her say, take this and throw it away.
Okay.
And that was at 12:19. And it sat there for a good long while and nobody around to feed it to her. I think somewhere around in here, I'd be wrong. It may have been Tuesday. They asked Madison if she wants to be shocked. Because you can hear the little boys doing this. Rubbing their feet and doing it. He's doing it on the side under the table. They've got everybody lined up, and where's my child sitting?
Stefano was right there with her. That's breakfast, okay. Time to keep cooking through them.
I should have got me a large coffee.
Need a refill?
No, I done had two, so I'm actually past my limit. I'm only allowed one a day.
Whoa, you're on two.
Yeah, so I'm gonna be wired here in a while.
I guess decaf doesn't do it for you.
No, I got to have that at least one jolt in the morning to be able to make it here. Some nights she keeps me up pretty late. She has gotten a new bed that is the sleep safe bed. That's got the fold down side. And there's a little bitty space about like this between the fold down and the bottom of it. And she likes to get her hand down in there and put it in that little,
Place.
yeah. So we are up and down all night. Woke up night before last and she had both hands in it. She couldn't roll over, she couldn't move, so I'm like, really, Madison? Go back for a second. don't think Madison enjoys this. Oh. You would think with them being the only two at the table that she would interact with Madison. She would kind of try to entertain her son, wouldn't you think? I mean, common sense, no, not a word. To Madison, anyway. I thought we could be playing the audio that goes along with this, and y'all could be hearing everything that's happening.
Oh, I thought it knocked on the door.
I know, that's what I thought. Okay, this is breakfast, and breakfast is served on a tray, right? So that is what we're looking for, right?
Correct.
We're not looking for a small bowl or anything. We're looking for a tray.
Depends on what they're serving. She's got something in
There's-
front of her. Yeah.
What is that right
It's
there?
a piece of paper.
Okay.
Her class hasn't come out with breakfast yet.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So,
So the class is still in line.
yeah,
Okay.
they should be starting. This should be them coming out now. They should see, this is her classroom starting to come out one by one now. So Miss Stefani or Miss Isabel should come out with her tray, because Miss Robin's sitting there with her. Right? I'm correct.
I mean, I see her. Yeah, she's.
I'm just saying this is,
Who's bringing? What's the
Yeah.
routine? Who brings
Yeah.
the tray?
that's because I don't know. I mean, somebody, if Miss Robin's sitting there with them, with Madison, somebody needs to bring Madison's tray is what I'm saying.
Right.
Okay. It's like Miss Isabel. She has a tray.
Who did she hand it to?
I don't
Not
know.
right.
I don't know. It jumped.
Yeah.
It jumped.
Yeah.
Let's see if we can slow mo or backtrack for a second.
Standing there with the tray.
Yeah. Did I not hit play?
You didn't.
Sorry, I thought I did.
So she's coming out with the tray.
Okay, I guess we need to be watching this area right here to see if it changes, because it jumps for some reason and I don't understand why.
Yeah, there's a stutter in the camera for some
Yeah.
reason. Walking that way with the tray. She turned that way with the tray.
Got her back. Okay.
I think
See,
she
it
set it
goes- see,
down.
it goes right.
It goes right
there.
there.
Yeah, so at 8:47:15. This Maddie gets her tray.
And there's still kids coming out sitting down.
Yeah. Okay. Sure I hit the right one this time. Yeah. I was about to fast forward it or something.
I'm sorry, this is what I have to take.
Right here.
Oh, you're fine.
Hang on one sec.
Hey, look. There's no tray there. I hope she just moved it because she was moving. Because she left Maddie unattended. But there's no tray in front of Madison now.
Have a tray on her wheelchair, or does she pull up to the table?
She pulls up to the table. And I never see her push anything back up in front of Madison either. Trays, it looks like are green. So I think if it was there, we would see it.
Like to me, I'm just standing here looking. Like she went and was feeding them. Her head's turned towards us. What I'm saying.
I keep watching her arm. Because when you feed somebody, you're doing this. And she's not doing that. And if she was left-handed, it would be awkward for her to do this. She would be sitting on the other side of Madison if she was left-handed. You see what I'm saying? In order to feed her correctly. So I'm watching her arm. While you're watching her head, I'm watching her arm. Because her arm is going to tell the story. I can be sitting here looking at her, talking to you all day long. And my head is going to tell you that I'm talking to her. There's no way, the way she's sitting, because she's sitting, let me pause this for a second. She's sitting kind of like this right here. There's no way she can move her arm and give my child a bite of food without us seeing her arm move. There's no way. Her arm has to come up and go this. She has to move her arm to feed my child. Her arm is not moving, Mr. Dunlap. Common sense says if her arm's not moving, she's not feeding my child. You just saw her arm move, didn't you? Did you see her arm move?
There I did.
Yeah.
Okay. He actually has to lift and reach across to feed Madison. It's not moving. Busy right now. Yes, I'm busy right now. I'll call you back. Bye. I just jumped again.
Count's staying consistent. I don't know why it's jumping.
Yeah, I don't either. Maybe I'll just leave the cafeteria altogether. Right here, you can clearly see both of her hands, and you can tell she is not feeding my child. She's feeding herself. She just did something. She just gave her a bite. That is the first bite of food I've seen her give my child. Is that 9:02?
I thought she did earlier.
There was some movement earlier we
Yeah,
saw.
when she went and did.
Okay.
And then the letter, yeah.
Okay. Okay, let's give her the benefit of the doubt and say y'all saw her give 3, maybe 4 bites. Okay. Call that a nutritious lunch? I wouldn't.
Breakfast, yeah.
Breakfast. You want me to tell y'all what she eats for breakfast at home? At home she'll eat 2, maybe 3 pieces of liver mush. 2, maybe 3 eggs. A big old thing of grits. Toast. And if I make another meat like sausage or bacon, she'll eat 2 or 3 pieces of that. So yeah, no, this is not. If you pay attention, Miss Stefani could move down a seat or 2 and help out. There's no reason she can't scoot down a seat or 2 and give Miss Robin a hand in feeding my child. Me and my husband do it every day. It's a tag team effort at my house. Obviously, These kids aren't being paid attention to either. You can hear that on the audio too. And if this lady right here sees that my child's being left alone and unattended, and she's not coming to you, that's another issue that needs to be addressed. Madison just got lucky enough to get something, a drink or a bite or something. 5 minutes after the last one. And another one, something, wiping her mouth, maybe? Yeah, she's wiping her mouth. Do you realize who runs that classroom, Mr. Dunlap? You do realize it's not Miss Isabel, right?
I wouldn't say that.
I would. And you will too after you listen to the complete audio. But don't get me wrong, she has a voice in it. But the dominant party in that classroom is Miss Robin. I spend a lot of time during Tuesday's breakfast and lunch talking about me with other teachers in the lunchroom. Talk about my right to privacy. They're taking Madison's lunch tray, 9:13, 12. I mean breakfast tray. I'd say she maybe got 10 bites of food. Maybe. Say 9:15 they leave. I hate twist pins. I fidget with them. I don't click pins. I don't fidget with them because the clicky gets on my nerves. But a twist it, I will twist it, and that's why I do that.
With the papers that they wrap around napkins in restaurants, I'll sit there and roll it between my finger and drive my sister nuts.
Mm-hmm. That's why you'll see me, when I start twisting, I'll
Put
throw
it
it
down.
down because it's a bad. I used to bite my nails, and I broke that habit. But when I broke that habit, I started picking up other habits.
I always trade off another one for another one.
Yeah, you just need that tactile input.
I need something. I quit smoking. I picked up another habit. I quit biting my nails. I picked up another habit. So I just need to quitting things, don't I?
Pick a good habit to get and then don't quit it.
And then don't quit it. $40.35.
11:40.
Thank you. Oh, Miss Haley, she's so cute. She is one of the sweetest little girls. Hey, I expected a little more from Miss Stefani. Okay, let me pause this for 1 second and ask. Where is an adult?
Right, things look right through the window from the looking over. And then
Okay.
there's adults right here. Right there.
Okay, but they are not paying attention to Madison sitting alone at this table.
But here, they are going down through here to get the lunches, and they can look through if anything's going on.
Okay, I understand that. But again, there are 3 teachers in this classroom. There are only 2 in that lunchroom with that class.
Could be at the restroom. Could be, what I'm saying, could be anywhere.
We'll see. I don't believe so, but we'll see. I can't remember which day it is, but one of the 2 days Miss Robin left this campus and went to Subway.
Right.
Okay.
And they're allowed to do that.
Okay. But when my child is being left alone,
But she's not left alone. I'm just thinking, Madison, sorry, Jennifer. You've got adults sitting right here.
okay, did she just bring her lunch tray? Maybe?
I'm sorry, yeah. See, right
Okay.
there. Sorry, my hand was
That's
in the
okay.
way.
That's okay. From my perspective, the people that I leave my child in the care of are the people, I don't leave my care in the child of these people, in the care of these people. You understand what I'm saying? These people are not responsible for my child. These people are. And these people know my child's situation. These people don't. These people know when my child's gagging. These people don't. These people know when my child's having a problem. These people don't.
Right, but
You understand what I'm
they're
saying?
still right there. It's not like they walk out and totally, leave her where they can't see her, is what I'm saying. And they wouldn't be able to see and know if something was going on. Because it's just that glass down there you can look straight through as they're going through.
Okay, but to me, that's still not acceptable.
But I mean, they're in close proximity. It's not like a one-on-one, where they stay with them all
Yeah.
the time, but they're always in the vicinity where they can see what's going on. And again, here, Jennifer, we do watch after, like I say, if they're gone, it's something they do watch.
Well, I was wondering how long. I feel you should have had a chair a long time ago, TC.
It's not bad. You want one?
No, I'm good.
I gotta see it.
I didn't write down what time they brought her tray out. I forgot to take my medicine before I left the house this morning, and I'm paying for it now. I've had 5 spine surgeries. When I forget to take my anti-inflammatory, I really pay for it.
7:42.
Whoops, 11:42. Know what's wrong with your back? Do they have a diagnosis or
No.
just the old age? I didn't.
Watch it now.
I didn't mean it like that. I meant just
Mine's
wear and tear.
Yeah, just being on it all the time. I worked on a farm growing up, and it's just time.
Mine started out being degenerative disc disease and congenital stenosis. Then I had a laminectomy done, and that doctor messed me up. So then I had to have 2 repair surgeries done to fix that, and then 5 years later they had to go in and put hardware in because one of the discs one of the vertebrae that they did the laminectomy on,
Mm-hmm.
he took too much bone out of, and it was actually twisting like this and cutting into the nerve roots coming out of it. So, yeah. And then 2 years ago in August, I had to have another surgery done in my neck.
You mess with your neck, your spine, your back. Spine, back, whatever. It's not good.
No, it's not. And
Mine's rotator cuff, screws in the shoulder, da-da-da-da-da. Muscle wrapped around the screws.
yeah. And they say once you have one spine surgery, you'll have to have another one. So if they ever say you want to do it,
Say no.
say no. Unless, because I said no right up until the point they said, okay, until you're going to be in a chair.
Right.
And at that point I was like, okay, yeah, I guess we'll do it. Okay, she's had her food for 3 minutes and nobody started feeding her. Well, we're assuming that's her tray. There we go, okay. On Tuesday's the day that they have ravioli, and ravioli is one of the meals that they claim that she eats very well here. Robin. Tuesday's the day they went to Subway.
Oh, okay.
Okay, let me explain something. At this point, if I came in even with my lunch, and I knew it was my job to feed this handicapped child that was sitting beside me, the first thing I would do, sit my lunch down to the side, pull this child's tray over in front of her, and start feeding her. Did y'all see what she just did? Mr. Dunlap.
Let it play on.
Okay, but did you see what she just did?
I saw her put the bag down and set
No,
it
she
out.
started getting her food out of her
I
bag.
said set it out, yeah.
Okay. Still no tray in front of Madison. Still no tray sitting in front of my child. Hey, Miss Stefani's wiping her mouth.
Because a while ago that it came out, Jennifer, when she did. Remember, Stefana had it. Remember, she came by and put it down.
Mm-hmm. But it's out there. I'm not saying it's not out there.
Well, she wiped her mouth for some reason.
Because Madison drools a lot.
Okay.
A lot. A lot. We're 10 minutes into her lunch and she's not eating. No, actually, 15 minutes into her lunch and she's not. No, 10. I just gave her a bite of something, it looks like.
Mm-hmm.
And is she taking Madison's tray away from her? Did she just take Madison's tray away from her?
I couldn't tell what she had in her hand. I think the tray's still sitting on the table though. If you look right here.
Yeah, right there.
Right there. Because see, yeah, she just reached over and gave her
Mm-hmm.
something. She's leaving. Still in reverse.
Oh. Okay.
She was still reaching over, so I think the tray, see, she's reaching out right now.
Right.
So I think the tray is still there. I don't know what she took. It could have been something out of the bag she carried to somebody else.
Like I said, it can't be that trash because the trash can's on over there.
Right.
It's a napkin. She just wiped her mouth. She just took a tray. Was it hers or was it Madison's? It must be Madison's because this is about the time Amanda shows up to bring Madison's and
On
lunch.
Monday, okay.
On
On
Tuesday.
Tuesday. I had a doctor's appointment. And Amanda was going to come and bring Maddie some lunch.
Oh, bring her lunch, okay.
And take her to therapy for me. On the audio, you can hear them call down to the lunchroom and ask Miss Isabel to call the office on the phone. And they come and get Madison and take Madison. So that was Madison's tray they took.
Just them.
So let me go back and get that time. 12 o'clock. In 12 seconds. So my child had her tray for approximately 18 minutes. And I saw her get 3 bites, maybe.
Let me ask, I'm asking Jennifer, did they know that she was coming with lunch? You said she was bringing her something
No,
good to eat.
they didn't know.
So, okay.
Amanda decided to do this on her
Well,
own.
that's what I, yeah.
No,
Okay.
they didn't know.
Look at that.
I didn't know.
Right.
Dear God, please give me the strength to handle this. Please give me the courage to face this, because I don't have it on my own. Please lead me down the path of the right thing to do and how to handle this. It is your name that I pray for the knowledge and the courage and the strength to raise this child in the best way, to give her all the things that she needs, and to put her in the place that you have planned for her. Amen.
What can we do for you at this
I
point?
want them fired. I do not want any other child to ever, and I do mean ever, to be done like this. It is one thing to physically abuse a child. What they're doing to my child is just as abusive. It is just as damaging. It is just as hurtful. I don't ever want another child to go through this. Ever. And there are other teachers that I know for a fact that if I had proof, if I had audio proof, I would want them gone too. Miss Burke's one of them. And at this point, pulling Madison out of school will affect change for her. I want to affect change for every child in this school. And at this point, I don't know what else to do. I really don't.
Okay, well, we haven't had the opportunity to listen to the audio. We will be doing that. And then Mr. Dunlap will be talking to his supervisors about the next step.
I don't know, Mr. Dunlap, how much you know.
I know. I mean,
And I really, really, really hated that I had to do this to find out the truth. But I ask these people every day, how did Madison eat? And I don't do it to be ugly. And I don't do it because I don't trust them. I do it because when I take her home, or when I take her to therapy, I need to know. If she didn't eat, I need to feed her. I mean, and then they want to complain about that. They want to act like I'm being ugly. They want to make nasty comments about me in front of my child.
like I say, brought it forward, and we'll listen to the audio, and I'll get back with you, Jennifer, okay? It's not like I'm just letting you look and then not going to be back with you.
But we're viewing the tape the same time you are. We had not
I
previewed the
hadn't-
tape.
All
I
I
got
did
under here just a
yesterday,
little bit before
all I
you.
did yesterday was get them to get it so we could have it. And I got the guy from TSS. It's the first time I had never looked at
But
it.
y'all saw the same thing I saw. Would you want your child treated like that?
No.
Would you want your child treated like
No.
that? And if Miss Robin is really planning on becoming a teacher, as a normal person with a child in a public school, when you hear the audio and the comments are made that I've told you have been made, would you want a person like that teaching your child?
I got to listen to it too, so
Oh, yeah, I haven't listened to it.
because I don't want to say yes,
But
but
I'm
I don't
just-
know what she's, you know.
Well,
Yeah,
right.
you will hear the comments.
Okay.
Right.
And when you hear the comments, think about that person teaching your child.
Oh, you take it all in consideration.
Do you want to consider another placement for Madison within Gaston County Schools?
No, because it took a lot for me to trust her to come here.
Mhm.
And I trusted these people because they were special education.
Mhm.
And if I can't trust here,
Mhm.
I can't trust anywhere but me.
Okay.
And there has to be another answer for me out there somewhere.
What school would be her attendance school?
HHB.
HHB. Okay. And what grade is Madison now?
She'll be,
She, she's fourth. Okay.
Yeah.
she
And,
just turned 10.
yeah. And like I said, y'all, I'm not mad.
Mhm.
I'm not. And there was a time in my life where I would have come in here like gangbusters. Y'all would have had to call the police and it would have been over the scene. It really would have.
Excuse me.
But I'm not like that anymore. And that's not how I need to handle this situation. And I'm doing what's best for my child in taking her out of here. Taking her away from these people. But what needs to be done needs to be done for the protection of all of these kids, because Madison's not the only child here that can't talk.
Exactly.
Madison's not the only one that can't go home and say, Mama, Daddy, guess what happened to me at school today?
If you decide that you want to look at other options within the county, will you let us know?
Yeah.
Because there are other options out there other than Webb Street.
There is one lady, Rhonda Bradley. She is the special needs minister at our church. She is a teacher's aide at McCannville Elementary. That is probably the only person that I would trust with my child. The only person. And it's only because she is our special needs minister and I know her personally. That would be the only person I would trust with my child. And still, I'm not sure about the environment, the school system. I'm not sure they have the best interest of kids like mine in mind. Because if they did, they wouldn't fight so hard about putting cameras in schools, in the classroom. Because you know what? We'll protect our money in banks with cameras. We don't worry about people's privacy when they walk into a bank. We'll protect merchandise in stores. Walk in Walmart. You're on camera as soon as you walk in the door. But we won't protect our most precious thing in the world, our kids. Oh, we'll protect them from the parents. Because, you know, when you come in, you have to slide your ID to prove that you are who you say you are and you're not a sex offender. We'll protect them from us. But we won't protect them from those inside the school with cameras. Because, see, if I could go to my computer and I had a pathway into the camera into Madison's classroom and I had a username and password that I can log on to and I could peek in 2 or 3 times a day, make sure she's being treated good, I'd never have to worry about it again. And you know what? I'm not worried about some other parent looking in. Because you know what? When that parent looks in on their child, they may see my child being mistreated and abused. And they can come to you, Mr. Dunlap, and say, I saw this. You might want to check into it.
Exactly. And again, with the cameras, you know, that's out of our hands. There's nothing we fight.
I'm working on it.
Right. I say it's nothing we've ever fought against, but it's just I know.
Well, I know for
Money
a
and
fact
everything
that
else.
some teachers have a problem with it. And I have to ask why they have it. Now I know why.
Anyway, what I'm saying is I didn't want you to think I was over
Oh,
saying.
no.
'Cause
No, I know
I
it's
want
not
to do
you.
what's always best for the kids here.
I know it's not you, but I do know what teachers have a problem with it. I have heard them speak out against it.
Right.
And I have to ask why they have a problem with it. If they're doing nothing wrong, they shouldn't have a problem with it. I mean, it's really simple. If you show up every day and you do your job and you treat these kids with dignity and respect, you're doing nothing wrong.
That's what I try to do every day.
You do. But I can guarantee you right now there's 3 teachers who don't.
I'm going to check with Beth before she leaves right quick, Carter. Okay? I'm going to ask her something.
Oh, okay. Okay. Anything else we can do for you today?
No. I did want you guys to get a copy of this
Okay.
lunch menu
Okay.
so that y'all know exactly what they said Madison did and didn't eat.
Okay. Okay. So the things that are highlighted are the things they're saying she does eat?
Mhm.
Okay.
And they never sent me the note back that I sent them asking them what to do. I would have assumed that they would, but they didn't. So, but in the note, Miss Linda out here is the one that I pointed it out to show her this is what I asked them to do right here, so she can verify that. And that's what they sent back to me. And like I said, the only reason I did it is because me and my husband looked at that over the weekend. We're like, this is not right. She does not eat this stuff at home. But the stuff she does eat at home is not marked. And things just didn't add up.
The highlighted stuff's not gonna show up on those. I tried to darken it.
Darken and it didn't show up. Okay.
You may have to just.
Remark it.
Hold on.
There's a highlighter right here.
Okay.
We'll just remark it.
Okay.
Okay, so they've marked spaghetti, breadsticks, and side salad. Ravioli with marinara.
You got one? No, you got one.
Chicken tenders in a roll. Fish sticks and mac and cheese. Does she eat mac and cheese?
Mm-hmm. Loves it.
I haven't met a child yet who wouldn't eat mac and cheese.
She loves it. Well, I'd never seen a child that wouldn't eat pizza or ravioli.
Oh, now that I've seen. But
Oh, she won't touch it.
Adult that won't.
I'm not kidding. She sees a pizza box come in. As soon as she sees the box, she starts gagging.
I don't eat anything that's a tomato-based sauce.
She
myself.
doesn't either
I
at all.
don't.
She doesn't like it.
It
All
doesn't
right,
agree.
there's your original. You want to make sure that those match.
Yeah.
Okay. There's your original.
That's why
You have these to yours.
we kept looking at this. We were like, this is not adding up. Something is not right.
Yeah, stuff she doesn't eat at home. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
So I had to find out the truth, and I'm sorry I had to do it this way, but
But I'll get back with you.
okay.
Okay?
All right. Thank you.
You know we always.
Appreciate it.
Thank
Thank you. It was good meeting you.
Nice meeting you.
Y'all have a
I'll
great
be in
day.
touch with you, okay?
All right. Thanks.
Take care.
Y'all have a great day.
You too. Hey, I need to talk to you a second.
Okay.
I did, I told you I was gonna check on school nutrition.
Mhm.
I did talk to, Ms. Wright, and she's gonna call you because all the checks have to come out of school nutrition, but she will contact you
Okay.
today, so I did take care of that.
Okay.
She was out yesterday, so I couldn't get
Okay.
hold of her.
All right. Thanks. Y'all have a great afternoon. Excuse me. Thank you. Y'all have a great afternoon.
Thanks for listening to the station that's been seeking to encourage you and your family for over 50 years. 106.9 The Night, WMIT, WMIT-HD, Black Mountain, Mooresville, Asheville, and around the world at thelightfm.org. 106.9 The Night.
Sunshine galore here on our Thursday. It'll be warm, sunny all areas with highs well above normal. Near 90 again in the Piedmont, including Charlotte and Greenville. About 86, 87 in Asheville, Hickory and Shelby, Rutherford, Marion, Lenore, Morganton. Not too far from 86 this afternoon also. And we're looking for clear skies to hold sway here right through early part of Friday. For tonight, 55 Asheville, 60 in Charlotte. It's late on Friday. There could be a few clouds, maybe a mountain shower or thunderstorm. 84 Asheville, still 90 in the Piedmont. Better chance for all of us to be on Friday night, Saturday. I'm on a 6.9 The Light meteorologist, June.
If this radio ministry is blessing you in any way, and you want to help spread that with thousands of your friends and neighbors each day, we invite you to become a partner of the Light. You can find out how when you visit our website. It's thelightfm.org.